because it's where most of the battle of evangelism is fought or not fought and lost. Usually not fought, okay? Here it is, the sensitivity of God's leading in your life. Look at verse 26. I'll give you two examples. The first one's here. It says, "Now an angel of the Lord said to Philip, 'Rise and go to the south.'" So I think we take for granted that people are obedient in the Bible because it's the Bible. We expect them to be obedient. But not everyone out in life, not all of us are obedient to God all the time, especially when he pushes us to do uncomfortable things, right? We're not always just drop of a hat. Oh, sure, God, I'll do that. That's not how most of us are. But that's what Philip does. Philip was in a spiritual place where he could hear, "Rise and go south," and he just goes to the desert, assuming God has a plan. Think about that. How many of you would just walk to the desert and sit there because you felt God putting it on your heart? That's obedience, isn't it? That's really strong obedience. He leaves Samaria, where thousands of people are coming to faith, they're being saved, and he goes and sits at a dusty bus stop at the edge of civilization for reasons he does not know at the time. Now, what if he said, "God, you don't understand. I'm in a growth ministry here. People are being saved. This church is growing. We are on Outreach Magazine's top 10 list of the fastest growing churches. Do you understand how hard that is to get on, God? Do you understand what it's going to do for my name?" An angel comes, says, "Go south," and he just goes south. A second example God gives to Philip once the chariot appears. Look at verse 29. So he's already there. The chariot comes by. Verse 29, then the Spirit says, so we've said an angel of God, and now we've got the Spirit saying, "Go over and join this chariot." Another kind of weird thing to do. Hey, just hop in that guy's car. That's kind of weird, right? But here's another moment where the Spirit says, just go. And what if Philip says, "No, that's uncomfortable. I don't wanna. You can't make me"? What if he does that? The whole story just ends. Just end the story right there. There is no story. There is no Ethiopian eunuch story. The whole story could end, but it doesn't, because he is obedient to the leadership of the Holy Spirit in his life. So if you want to be an evangelist in the world, I hope you do. I know not everybody's got this crazy gift, but on some level, we're all called to make disciples. So on some level, we all have to be evangelistic. I know that's what you want to do. If you're going to be effective at that, you have to have some kind of sensitivity when the Spirit of God is leading you and you're obeying him. It's like a call and response throughout your day. Part of being evangelistic is just starting the day by saying, "Lord, would you open a door today and give me a conversation with somebody?" And then as you go throughout your day, trust those promptings of the Holy Spirit. It might be like the Elijah story, it may not be a frying pan across the head, a cartoon, bonk, where you just realize, oh, wow. It might be more of a gentle leading of the Holy Spirit in your life. Talk to that guy. Go engage that person. Start a conversation with them. They look like they're hurting. It might be something like that. For Philip, it was chase down that chariot. Now, it might not be that for you unless you frequent Renaissance festivals. Then it might be that for you. If that happens, I want you to call me. But God prompts us all the time with his Spirit if we're willing to slow down and listen to him. Now, I will tell you, I am not a great evangelist, but I do know some basic things. I've had periods of my life, I want you to know, I've had periods of my life where I've been on it, and I've been talking to people every week, and I have had periods of my life where months and months go by, and I've not shared the gospel. I want you to know that. Those things happen. And I can tell you that usually the most base level of why is my personal walk with the Lord at that time. That's usually the base level of why. But there's a second layer of why that is the way it is. And that is simply looking for opportunities. I know you thought it might be more than that, but it's not. When you're looking, the opportunities present themselves. Be present in the room. Don't look at your phone all the time. Take the earbuds out. Look at people in the eye. Have real conversations with people that go beyond, hey, how you doing? Fine. Get out of the matrix and live in the real life moment that you're in. Begin your day with a willingness to go where God leads you. Have people on your mind. Hey, I'm not above keeping a list on my phone with names and people that I'm praying for that I would like to talk to. Not above it. Maybe you should do that. Actively looking for opportunities as you are sensitive to the Spirit.